Hi, it's Jaap again at A-Tech Pro in Austria with some tips and tricks. One thing that a lot of engineers complain about, of course, is when they set up a session and you have like 96 channels and you have 48 buses, you have 12 matrices, you have so many groups, you have to always turn on the EQ. You always have to turn on the high pass. You always have to turn on the low pass. That's like 500-600 buttons that you have to push if you use all that functions. From now on, you don't have to do that 500-600 times anymore. Just, I think, maybe 1 or 2 fingers. So let's look at all my input channels. There's a lot of EQs to turn on, a lot of high pass to turn on, a lot of low pass to turn on. And it's exactly the same for my auxiliaries, exactly the same for all my group masters, exactly the same for all my matrices. Well, let's learn a nice trick. Let's go to your master screen, let's go to Files, and in the section of the Files, you'll have a button called Global Set to Defaults. And in this nice menu, let's select my input channels, my auxiliary masters, my group masters, and maybe my matrix outputs. So on the left-hand side, I can select the channel type. On the right-hand side, I can do stuff, okay, let's say maybe all EQs should be on, maybe all my filters should be on, and maybe all my filters should be default and my EQ should be default. And now let's take a look at the same console. When we take a look at the same console and we go to all our input channels, we see now that all 96 equalizers are on. All high pass and low pass are on, but they're in the most outside positions. So the only thing you have to do is start a little bit tweaking your EQ, a little bit tweaking your high pass, your low pass. And it's not only for the input channels, it's also for your auxiliaries, for your groups, for your matrices. It's like 3 or 4 button pushes has done now 500 or 600 button pushes for you. Now imagine you are a monitor engineer and on an analog console, by the way, do you know how to recognize analog console monitor engineers? They have all these blisters on festivals. Of course, when they have to zero their console, it's always zeroing all the auxiliaries. But on a digital console, it can be super simple. You just go to the same screen, you select this time only your input channels, and you just say all your send levels off, and you can do the next band. That is as simple as that. Or let's imagine you just want to flatten all your graphic EQs at one. You just put graphic EQs and all default or all off. It's super simple. It's just on the left-hand side, you select the destination, and on the right-hand side, push all your faders to 0 dB, anything default, anything completely down, you can name it, all quick access functions. This saves you a lot of time. Okay, from Austria, from A-Tech Pro, we say bye. Cheers!